the prep zone.
Oh my goodness!
Price, splash down.
Welcome to the Prep Zone. My name is Grant Yenny. Tonight, under the big lights of Strawberry Stadium at Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, it's 6-5A action as Slidell takes on the Covington Lions. And let's bring our color analyst, Coach Jimmy Inman. Coach, let's start with Covington. What do we know about the Lions?
Well, the first thing is you're going to have some guys in the trenches. They're going to be making holes because they've got two dynamic backs. Chapman and Laurent, they can absolutely get after it. And their defense is pretty salty, and they've had a really tough schedule to boot, so they'll be ready to play.
And Slidell has big firepower on their offensive side of the ball, too.
No doubt. Hoffman can go, go, go. And look, they're a young team just like Covington. Both have been challenged. Coach Malter Scobell, he's an excellent coach. Coach Greg Salter. We can expect a well-coached game. These guys are ready to play tonight.
Coach, thank you. We'll have more analysis from the press box. I spoke with both coaches moments ago. Let's hear what they had to say, and we'll get to the action. Pre-game with Coach Salter. Coach, it's our first time seeing your team this season. Can you give us a rundown on how your season's gone so far?
It's been, not as consistent as we'd like, but we've showed a lot of flashes of a lot of great things. We have some exciting players out there. We play good hard-nosed defense, which is typical with our bunch and Coach Glenn Salter over there. And we're a very young team, but we feel like, we're getting better and better each week for this home stretch.
And you have extreme offensive firepower with Laurent and Chapman. How do you get them going early?
Well, everything with us starts up front, and that's one of the things that we've been most proud of. Our offensive line has done a great job throughout the year of being able to create holes for those two guys, and they're two special backs. Both of those guys, all they need is a crease, and they have the ability to go and score on any given play. So if we can do the little things, take care of the football, eliminate the penalties, at some point we know those guys are going to make a play for us.
The last time we saw your team was the Rummel game early in the season. How has your team improved since then?
Well, we've matured. Our kids have gotten experience, and that's one thing we lacked, only having 4 returners coming back. So we've gained a lot of experience through time.
Covington's got some offensive firepower. What's it going to take to stop them tonight?
We got a gang tackle. We're not going to be able to tackle 5 and 6 one-on-one very often, so we're going to have to run to the ball and rally to the ball.
Julian Robinson. Estrada will be kicking off for the Lions.
Well, it's Prep Zone football under the big lights here in Strawberry Stadium. Estrada kicking that one off. This will be returned by the Tigers, and that he's taken down about the 20-yard line on that return, Ducree. And it will be Slidell ball at about the 21-yard line. We'll see Tamaj Hoffman and company for the Tigers.
And I tell you what, they've been challenged this year. They've had a tough schedule, and they've held their own for sure. So this will be interesting to see the Lions defense up against a supremely talented back.
Calling for it, handoff to Hoffman. Hoffman coming near side, and he'll get to about the 25-yard line. About a 3-yard gain for Hoffman on the carry.
And a nice tackle right there by the Lions. That's 52.
It's Donovan Boggs. Boggs, a 6'1 junior for the Lions. Guidry fakes the give, swings it out. Still on his feet is Jacoby Jefferson. And it'll be 3rd down and about 3.
And a nice move right there to make the first defender miss because it was well read actually on the play. Slowed things up, which is why it's a 3rd down. But a nice little jump cut right there to make sure to get up to this 3rd and 3 as opposed to a 3rd and 7.
Guidry will call for it again. Give goes to Hoffman, makes a cut. That'll be a 1st down for the Tigers. Spins away for another one, and he'll be to about the 44-yard line on the third down conversion.
And a big third down conversion right there, too, to keep the chains moving right here on the initial drive. And, man, he showed his ability right there. Beautiful spin move right there to break outside, pick up additional yardage. He's a special back.
Correction, the ball carrier.
So that'll make it a fresh set of downs for the Tigers as they continue this drive. I think a player was a little shaken up, being walked off the field. Now whistled into play, calling for it is Guidry. Handoff goes straight ahead to Hoffman, looking to bounce it out left. An excellent defense there for the Lions, brought down by Paxton Carpenter.
And I tell you what, not only did he stand his ground and make sure to face up on the tackle, he got a hand on him, and he did not let go. Was able to drag him down. And look, it's going to take plays like that to bring down Mr. Hoffman, because he's a good back, man. Good.
Say a 2nd and 9.5. About a half a yard gain there. Guidry will call for it here. Now looking to pass. Has time. Steps up. He'll take it himself, and he'll be drilled and dropped for maybe a gain of 2.
Good job right there by the Lions secondary, basically providing some coverage on the back end to, allow that pressure to hit. And a good job by the Lions linebackers right there, staying home, making sure that quarterback wasn't able to pick up that first.
And on third down, Slidell goes hard count. Now play being signaled in from the sideline. We may see a good bit of that tonight. They like to survey that defense. Guidry calls for it now, looking to pass. He's still holding on to it. I think the D-line thought it was going the other, and brought down, and it looks like we're having some power issues. Dave, can you still hear us? Okay. But the down on the field, it's a little darker because some of the lights appear to have gone out in the stadium.
It looks like we're going to have an official timeout, so they can actually. Is that the case?
No, it looks like the officials are going to continue calling it. They're assessing a penalty. So
all right,
I guess, look, when you have enough light, we have enough light to keep going.
And I tell you what, there's a whole bunch of lights on the standards that definitely are dimmed at this point. So.
But yeah, we're gonna keep going. That definitely momentarily affected our monitor here.
It did that.
5 wide set for the Tigers. Motion from Hoffman. They're going to jet sweep give to Hoffman. And that will go, he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. So the punting unit will come out for the Tigers.
And a good job by the Lions defense right there. I tell you what, Guidry did a good job directing, and Hoffman, man, what a special back. But the Lions defense was able to hold, force the punt.
So Jaden Davis, the 6-foot senior DB, back to punt for the Tigers. Oh, it's a high snap. Davis able to get up there and bring it down. And that one just pulls left. He didn't get all of it.
Yeah, once you have a high snap like that, it throws everything out of rhythm. And your goal as a punter right there is just to get the ball away and make sure that, it's not blocked or you're taken down and give up that field position. So that decision right there seems like one of those that you're like, well, it's not the best punt, but it's something that saved probably 20 yards.
So Covington's offense back out, out for the first time, led by Brandon Coakley. But we talked about the firepower that they have with Quintez Laurent along with Justin Chapman.
A lot of sophomores on the Covington squad in starting position, so they are on the young side.
Coakley will call for it on first down. Give goes ahead, and that'll be a very modest gain, maybe a yard after the handoff to Laurent.
Kendall Carter, number 9, a junior DB for Slidell, did a pretty good job of making sure that play wasn't going to develop.
Quickly back to getting set up. 2nd down and 9 for the Lions, calling for it. This one going straight ahead, almost shot like he was shot out of a cannon. But good job by the defense of Slidell stopping that one.
Again, same guy, Kendall Carter, assisted by Jordan Miller, another junior. So Slidell's got a lot of juniors out there, and they've got another good year coming.
Chapman's helmet came off, so he has to come to the sideline for a play. Subbing in for Covington is Michael Bergeron, the sophomore fullback, and it'll be probably third and 6 for the Lions.
It's going to be a challenge for sure. Coach Scobell will have his guys ready to play. So let's see what the Lions have in store.
Coakley calls for it. Give goes straight ahead. And that's a first down for the Lions on the carry. Number 20, Reese Apollyon.
Good hard running right there. Hit the gap really quickly. And look, when you're talking about a game of inches, you make sure that you get to the line that you need, jump over it, and roll through, and that's a first down for the Lions.
Torres on the stop. Fresh set of downs for Covington. Calling for it. Give goes to Chapman, spinning off, and he'll be brought down after a gain of 2.
And I know we're saying his name a lot already, but Kendall Carter in for another stop. So he seems to be in the mood to make some tackles tonight.
Carter, 6-foot junior.
Chapman, the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 here for the Lions after crossing midfield. Coakley calls for it. Oh, Q Laurent on the jet sweep, and guess who it is again, Coach?
I don't have to guess. I know. Number 9, Kendall Carter. I tell you what, Slidell did a great job right there of spreading that play out, making sure that Laurent couldn't get to the edge, and beautiful job right there making the tackle, setting up now at 3rd and long.
Subs coming in and out for Slidell as the play comes in for the Lions. And they're going to go trips to the bottom of your screen. Apollyon in the backfield. Low snap. Coakley fields it. Looking to pass as pressure comes. Zips this one. Too much on it. As pressure was in his face, it falls incomplete. And it'll be 4th down for the Lions.
And it's a good job out of Slidell defense right there, making a stand. Covington heads on the field to punt. So these two teams are showing their youth and showing at the same instance how well coached they are, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And that's no small task, by the way, with these running backs on the field tonight.
Snap is back. Punted away by Estrada. And fair caught. And yeah, a little frustration there because he knew he had room to run, but he fair caught that one at about the 15-yard line.
He did. And I tell you what, Estrada has been a nice pickup for the Lions in terms of changing the field position. And he also can put the ball in the end zone on the kickoffs on occasion. And I wouldn't be surprised if his range is certainly in the 40s on a field goal. If he gets a little breeze behind his back, maybe from the 50.
Is he a multi-sport athlete? Is he also on the soccer team over at Covington?
You know what? That I can't answer, but I know he's athletic. That much I can promise you.
Guidry fakes the toss and will keep it himself, and he'll gain about 5 on the carry. That'll make it 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. So, 2 defensive stands here to start the game.
And not a surprise. I mean, Slidell, Coach Malta-Scobell, he's going to have a staff that can get the job done. And we mentioned before, Coach Glenn Salter. I mean, he's a stalwart in the box calling the plays, and man, they've got a good D.
Give going to Hoffman. Hoffman will be brought down by Blackwell. And that'll make it 3rd and 2 for the Tigers.
A big play here. We were talking, earlier about Kendall Carter being a tackling machine. Bryce Blackwell is also a tackling machine. So
Blackwell's been a part of this Covington team, I believe, since he was a freshman. He's been playing on the varsity.
It seems like forever, doesn't it?
Calling for it. Give goes to Hoffman. Turns on the Jets. A big hole there. Now trying to break it out to the outside. And he'll be brought down from behind by Blackwell, but got to about the 40-yard line, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
Talk about shot through a cannon. I mean, he hit the gap, and he was 10 yards down the field in the blink of an eye. Just superb athleticism on display right there. And a good job by the Slidell line right there.
Absolutely. Give goes once again. Hoffman running hard there. That'll be just about a first down. It'll probably bring up 2nd and 1.
Worked the play before, why not stick with it until, you know the old saying, make them stop you. So
for sure.
Slidell's saying, you know what, we're going to make that defense stop us.
From 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Now Guidry with the hard count. Covington holds disciplined, and they'll get a chance to survey that defense. Calls for it. Slings this one out. That's complete. So that'll be a first down and some, as that's complete out to Jordan Bloxon, the 6'2 sophomore receiver.
And a nice job right there of Guidry. I mean, that's actually a pretty long throw all the way out to the sideline. So he got it there, and good play design as well by Slidell.
Guidry calls for it. Now the give goes to Hoffman, and he'll get one for being brought down there by Blackwell along with Travers Benoit.
Well, I guess the 2 tackling machines will be on display tonight. So.
Oh, a double hard count there, but Covington holds discipline. Calls for it. Give goes to Hoffman. Has room to run. Oh, he's picked up and dropped, but that's a first down for the Tigers. On the tackle there was Goodley.
And an excellent job by Slidell. Covington brought a blitz that time, and basically Slidell not only blocked it, but ran into the blitz. So the hole was there for them to basically exploit. And excellent job on the play design.
Guidry calls for it. He'll keep it himself. He'll be slung down after a gain of 3 on the carry.
And a good heads-up job right there by Guidry. He wasn't certain that his knee went down, so when he rolled over, you know, on top of the player, was able to get back to his feet. He was going to continue with his momentum, and why not? We've seen that at the next level, and every once in a while it works.
Coaches
say,
say,
hey, play to the whistle.
Exactly. So 2nd and 7. Give going to Hoffman. Good patient running there. Spinning away from a defender. Still on his feet and through, and Hoffman to the end zone. Slidell is on the board first.
Man, talk about a highlight reel play right there. Spin, move, outside, found the hole, was able to find the space, and then, of course, he's got the athleticism to find Pater.
On to attempt the extra point is Mia Decker.
26-yard touchdown run. By Hoffman.
The junior place kicker to kick out of the Guidry hold. So a multi-sport athlete, a star for the girls soccer team here at Slidell. And it's good. So here in the first quarter, Slidell leads 7-0. And Decker kicks this one away. It's a short kick. It'll be returned by the Lions. Has room to run. Zips through it. Oh, and he was hit there after crossing the 45-yard line. It looked like he was going to have a lane to run, but an excellent job by the Tigers to close it.
Yes, they did. And look, you got to give the up back right there some credit. So a lot of times, they don't want to run that ball.
Right.
They just want to say, all right, that's fine. We can start right here. So.
The speedy Quintez Laurent on the return there.
That's another story. He wants to run, I can promise you.
And look, excellent field position for the Lions, nearly at midfield, marked at the 49-yard line. Looks like we're having some lights come back online after some went down.
Offside on the defense.
Is that our first flag of the night?
I believe it's our second. Because when the lights went out the first time.
There was one that we were distracted.
I thought there was going to be an official's timeout, but it was actually a flag.
So that actually moves Covington to the Slidell side of the field, and the give goes to Chapman. And Chapman is swarmed, and that is what Coach Scoble was talking about before the game, flying to the ball and gang tackling.
No doubt. Slidell did a great job right there. And, you know, Covington, if they're going to if it can get past that initial swarm, then they might have a chance. But, man, Slidell did a great job right there, wrapping up, making sure there was nowhere to go. So I can promise you Coach Scobell's very happy seeing that.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Lions. Coakley will call for it. Give goes to Chapman. Did he lose it? He lost the ball. Who got on? Did Covington get on top of it? By the look of the Slidell players, I believe they did.
I believe so. And then the question is going to be where is the spot? So it's going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Polian came up with the recovery. So that'll make it 3rd and 1 for the Lions.
It'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, excellent job by the Lions to keep this drive going. Yeah.
It may have been a little fortuitous right there.
Calling for it. Give goes to Chapman, looking to bounce it outside. He has enough for the first down, and he'll be brought down after just crossing that line by number 7, Cameron Ducree.
And I tell you what, Ducree was right there. It really took not just a second, but a 3rd effort for Chapman to get the first, but he did. Give credit where it's due, but man, he had to earn it.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Slidell leading 7-0. Kicking off the second quarter, give goes to Laurent, bouncing it outside, down the sideline, far side, still on his feet, and pushed out of bounds over there by Cameron Ducree. And he'll have a first down and then some, but there's a flag down.
I believe one of the Lions looked like they may have taken a flag in the eye. So.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, what are the odds of that?
It'll be a block in the back called against the Lions.
And that's one of those that Coach Alter will look at and say, you know, we didn't need to make that block right there, but he'll tell his troops and they'll figure that out, I'm sure. But as a coach, you look at it and you're like, guys, you need to be aware of the circumstances and where you're at.
So still a first down, but ball is at the 29-yard line. And this is excellent. All of the lights are back to 100% working order.
I feel like I can get a tan up here now.
No kidding. They're bright. The big lights here at Strawberry Stadium. Give goes to Chapman, and he'll be bottled up for maybe a gain of 1.
Good job by Slidell's defense right there. Not fooled by the misdirection. Stayed home, made the tackle.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Lions as they await the play from the sideline. Coakley calls for it. Give goes to Chapman, looking for a hole to open up there, and kind of got caught behind 2 of his own blockers, allowing Slidell to get in there and stop forward progress. Modest gain. It'll be 3rd and 7.
I tell you, Coach Scobell's got to be happy with the way his defense is putting the Lions in 3rd and long. Because this isn't the first 3rd and long the Lions have been in tonight. They've been in a few.
Also, we should note the scoreboard isn't operating
Ball spotted
at all.
26.
So I'm keeping, if you hear me kind of be a little behind, it's because I'm actually keeping time on my phone so we know what time it is with this game. But Coakley calling for it. Oh, my goodness. Quintez Laurent fighting his way
runner.
forward. What a hard runner.
And it's going to be a first down.
Picks up the first down for the Lions.
And that was second, third, fourth, and fifth effort on display right there.
Making the tackle. The ball now spotted at the Slidell 18-yard line.
It's okay. It's okay if we're a little bit behind. I think everybody's behind. I looked across and Slidell's bands here, so I'm sure that that's a long ride from Slidell to Hammond.
No kidding. That'll make it a fresh set of downs for the Lions. They continue this drive, looking to equalize. Slidell leading 7-0. And I believe that's going to be offside. Yep. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Lions.
Hard scout's been working for Covington.
The Tigers.
So, and that's an easy 5 yards. And you know, if you're Coach Cobell, kind of like Coach Salter when I was mentioning earlier, he'll look at his guys and say, guys, we got to do better than that. Coach Cobell's probably going to be the same way, guys. We got to maintain our discipline right there.
Coakley calling for it. Give as Laurent looking to break it upfield. He'll get past the 10, so that might be a first down, maybe a yard shy.
And let's just say that was all Quintez Laurent right there, because that play was designed to go left. There was nothing there. Slidell did a great job of bottling that up, and he just put the brakes on and went in the other direction.
And that'll be a flag on the Lions.
Playing on the field will be assessed against the Lions.
There's another hold. So now, as you were looking at, 2nd and 1, now you're looking at 1st and 14?
I suppose so.
Okay.
It's got to be close to that.
Coakley calling for it, fakes the give, looking downfield as pressure comes. And Coakley pump fake, big trouble, and that's going to be a sack and a major loss for the Lions.
And I tell you what, great job right there by Slidell secondary, because Coakley had nowhere to go with that ball. And, you don't want to call that a coverage sack, because the defense did such a good job in terms of pursuit. But obviously on the back end, Slidell was doing a great job in coverage.
So it's 2nd and a mile.
Yes, it is. It's a cab ride from here.
2nd and long.
Be Polian in the backfield with Coakley here on 2nd down. Coakley looking to pass, has a man coming right off the edge. He'll toss this one up, and that one goes right to the cheerleaders. Pressure came from the outside by Jordan Miller immediately from the edge.
And it must have been disguised pretty well, so good job by Slidell right there. Disguising that blitz package, and Coakley barely saw it at the last second. He did, though, and was able to get the ball away, and instead of a 3rd and gosh knows how many, almost triple digits, it's 3rd and a small cab ride.
Yeah, no kidding. It's probably 3rd and 21, 22.
Yes.
Coakley calling for it. Now pressure coming again from the left side. This one to the end zone. And, tip drill. Wasn't completed there, but it'll be 4th down for the Lions. Nearly picked off there by Ducree.
And I tell you what, Slidell applied the pressure, and it was the exact same blitz package. So it was one of those where coming from the blind side right there, that's a really tough pickup for Coakley. He stood in the pocket and tried to deliver the deep ball, but, man, that's a tough ask.
Yeah, they're going to need to adjust to that. Jordan Miller, that's 2 plays in a row. Jordan Miller came like jailbreak.
Yes, and, if you've got Jordan Miller just in your ear hole, that's not the spot you want him if you're the quarterback.
This will be a 48-yard attempt from Estrada. It looked like he slipped. So that one is incomplete. And a turnover on downs as Covington still held scoreless. And it was much to do with mistakes on their part. As they were driving down the field, they poured themselves a big old glass of milk and then knocked it over with the penalties.
No doubt about it. You know, there was some good, hard running by Quintez Laurent, but, you know, you get a hold, a sack, another pressure on top of that. So, yeah, you're creating some of your own issues if you're the Lions. On the flip side, Slidell has obviously done a very good job of disguising what they're doing. So kudos to them.
So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Tigers. The give goes to Hoffman because, you know, why not? And, oh, my goodness, he's still going. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I want Tamaj Hoffman's autograph. It's incredible.
That's next level stuff is what that is.
That's a first down.
That's an impressive first down.
Wow. Just, you know, as we're saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's it. Force the other team to adjust to you. You run it until they can stop it.
Guidry looking to the sideline as they survey the defense, looking to bring in the play. Calls for it. Give goes to Hoffman. And that'll be a short gain, about 4. But, you know, look, my old offensive line coach, Coach Hull, when I was at Mandeville High, would tell us, look, all we need is 4 yards per play.
That's it.
That's it. Because in 4 downs, you got the first down.
3.
Yeah, 3.
You don't get to 4 then.
Yeah.
So, and there's 4 right there. So, and you know, that's it's got to be a nice feeling for Coach Scobell to get that 4 yards and it'd feel disappointing.
Fakes the toss and swarmed. Excellent defense there.
Yeah, that looked like a busted play. It looked like the pitch was going to happen, and it didn't. But I don't think that was a play design. So I think it was just a busted play. And credit to Covington right there. They were on the spot and made sure that that didn't turn into something out of that busted play.
Excellent job by Bushnell.
Yes, I tell you what, he's a tackling machine as well. And he was out injured for a little while, so I know that they're very happy to have him back.
So 3rd down. Calling for it is Guidry.
And looks like another broken
Yeah, that
play.
looks busted. He's going to take it himself, and he had his feet pulled out from under him about a yard shy of the first down, but it depends on where they spot it. For us looking, yeah, that's the correct spot. That'll make it 4th and 1.
You have Hoffman in the backfield in this position. It gives you a lot of confidence.
They're going to go for it. Oh, wow, immediate penetration, and that'll be a great defensive stand by the Lions and a turnover on downs.
Guess who? Covington's tackling machine, Bryce Blackwell. He shot the gap right there and just wrapped him up around the knees, and it was absolutely nowhere for Hoffman to go.
An excellent hold there by the Lions, and now looking to equalize. It's still, they're only trailing by a score.
Absolutely. And I tell you, that call right there in that position shows Coach Scobell has a lot of confidence in his defense. So, and they have been playing well, so I understand fully why he would be willing to take that chance.
Calling for it is Coakley, the give. And, man, once again, Coach Scobell talked about it. That gang tackling, excellent job.
Yeah, no doubt. Big number 94. I tell you what, Fernando Torres, that was like running into a wall right there. And that's without the other 3 white shirts in support.
2nd and 9 for the Lions. If my timekeeping is to be trusted, we have under 5 to play here in the first half. It's Chapman kicking it out to the outside, and he'll gain about 5 on that carry.
And good work by Chapman, because Slidell actually played that quite well, and he was still able to get to the edge and pick up 5 when, quite honestly, it didn't look like there was anything there from the outset.
That'll make it 3rd and 5 for the Lions. Coakley calling for it. And that will be shy of the first down. The give goes to Chapman. And that'll be 4th and 2.
And it looks like Coach Salter's going to leave his offense on the field right here.
Yeah, Chapman signaled over to the sideline saying, let's go for it.
And a long 2.
4th and a long 2 right here.
That dynamic 2-back set there, Laurent and Chapman. Hard count, trying to get Slidell to jump.
And that has been successful on more than one occasion tonight, actually.
Calling for it. Give goes to Chapman, looking to break it outside. He's going to get there, and he'll be pushed out of bounds.
And once again, Slidell actually had that play defended fairly well. He is just so athletic that he's able to get that edge. And that's just, hey, tip your hat right there to young Mr. Chapman.
It's really unbelievable to me that Chapman is just a sophomore.
Yeah. And there's a few sophomores out there. I mean, Coakley is a sophomore. They've got a couple of offensive linemen, if I'm not mistaken, that are sophomores. Slidell's on the young side. You know, they're a tad older, but, I mean, still, most of that team is going to be back.
So you're looking at 2 teams that in the next 2 years could be powerhouses in this parish.
I tell you what, I think that they each have something to build on.
And Laurent gets swarmed. He'll be slung down by Kendall Carter.
Surprise, surprise.
No kidding. And the also something that I guess I haven't mentioned yet, although you know if you're watching this, the oldest rivalry in the parish.
As the late, great Allie Smith said, there's a lot of teeth in this rivalry. So.
Coakley with the hard count. 2nd and 14 for the Lions. Calling for it. Give goes to Chapman. And he'll get right back to about the original line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier hits the interior of that defensive line. 3 minutes in the quarter. Left in the quarter. 3 minutes.
So 3 minutes left here before half. That was fairly close.
you were definitely in the neighborhood.
Gasol making the tackle. It's 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and 10 for the Lions. I guess we have an official down on the field. He's out of view, but he's just in a black shirt, not a official jersey. And he appears to be keeping time down there. Coakley calling for it, looking to pass, slinging this one out, and that's incomplete. Intended out there for Chapman, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And it is decision time at this point.
It's 4th down. 2:19 on the clock.
Now I'm spot on. How about that?
This is true.
So on 4th down, let's see. Oh, are they going to go with the Covington eye?
Estrada in.
No, it's Estrada. Okay.
Sets the tee at the 30.
This will be a 40-yarder on the spot.
Blackwell holding.
Well, that was a good kick away. That was
kick.
through, but a timeout called by the Lions.
Timeout.
So Slidell leads 7-0, 2:18 to go here in the 2nd quarter. All right, so after the timeout, it's on 4th down, Estrada to attempt a 40-yard field goal.
40-yard field goal.
And on the practice kick he got before the timeout, it was good. So snap is back, place kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right. So another defensive stand by the Tiger defense, holding strong.
And again, Coach Gobel's got to be very happy with that. And we mentioned this when Slidell chose to go for it on 4th down on their side of midfield, you can definitely tell that Coach Scobell's got a lot of confidence in his defense, and justifiably so. Now, I will say this about Estrada. I think that kick, had it been straight, was good from 50.
Yeah, he had plenty leg on it, just the accuracy wasn't there.
So, and it didn't look like it missed by much, but hey, that's the way it goes.
So on 1st down, Hoffman in motion out. Guidry looking to pass, and he'll run it up himself. And he'll get about 8 yards on the carry. That'll be 2nd and 2.
And a good decision by Guidry right there to just tuck it and pick up, 8 yards and reset everything. 2 minutes is still plenty of time.
Guidry calls for it. Give goes to Hoffman, dancing around back there, and excellent job by the swarming Lion defense to hold him to a loss of 1.
And that was Court Bushnell on the tackle. Again, you can tell the Lions defense missed him when he was out, and you can understand why.
Absolutely.
Just tough as nails, that kid.
3rd and 3 now. Yeah, we've seen this most of the night, the hard count, and then looking over to the sideline. Calling for it, looking to pass here, slung out, complete. That's a 1st down and then some. Complete out to Jaden Averhart.
And I tell you what, he's a 6'3", 175-pound senior. And he showed, his abilities right there. And that was actually a really tough catch because it looked like it actually went through the hands of another Slidell player before it got to him.
Calling for it here, Guidry launches this one. Going up for it, knocked away. Great defense there by Pennington.
Good job right there because I tell you what, he high-pointed that ball beautifully to get a hand on it, basically to the absolute extension of his reach. Good pass right there by Guidry as well. That ball was well thrown.
That'll make it 2nd and 10, under a minute to play here in the 1st half. Calling for it, give goes to Hoffman straight ahead. And Hoffman will gain about 7 on the carry.
Man, these backs run hard. I'm impressed with all of them. And Hoffman right there showing and he's not afraid to put his nose in there and roll.
And Slidell will take a timeout as Slidell leads 7-0, 39 seconds remaining here in the 1st half. All right, so 3rd down coming out of the timeout. Hard count from Guidry. They just wanted to see what Covington was going to present with.
And he was able to see both Covington linebackers, 2 of the 3, I should say, kind of cheat in.
Hoffman in motion. Now Guidry looking downfield. He'll launch this one for Averhart, and Averhart hauls it in. The big gain for the Tigers.
I mentioned earlier on his deep ball that was, batted away. It was a beautiful pass, and this one was, exactly the same. It's just that the Covington DB wasn't able to stop that.
And once again, another timeout called. Slidell leading 7-0. Coming out of the Slidell timeout, 1st and 10 after the big Averhart reception. Guidry launching this one out. And that one goes out of bounds. Blaine Supreme hauls that one in and goes out of bounds to kill the clock. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's 2nd and 6. 34 seconds left on the clock.
34 seconds left to play before half. And
that's an eternity from this field position.
So the guy down there next to the official with the he has just a black shirt on, not official uniform. He has a walkie-talkie. He's sending time up to the press box as the handoff goes to Hoffman. Hoffman barreling forward, and he'll be down to about the 3-yard line.
Good hard running again by Hoffman. He has really been impressive this evening.
And on the tackle. It's 4th and
So first and goal
first and goal.
for the Tigers. Calling for it. Give goes to Hoffman. Oh my goodness, he is slung down at the 1-yard line.
Right, Blackwell.
And that was, Blackwell brings him down, but man, he really made something out of nothing there, getting away from the swarming Lion defense.
Well, I think he got away from Blackwell first, and then the pursuit arrived. He got away from them, and Blackwell was able to recover.
Clean it up.
And clean it up.
Wow. So about 14 seconds remaining here in the first half, and we have a timeout called on the field. Slidell leading 7-0. So Slidell at the 1-yard line coming out of the timeout, looking to punch this one in before half. Motion. Straight ahead and touchdown for the Tigers.
A little wildcat, and why not? Right there, that's the spot to do it. Get the ball in your playmaker's hands and let him make plays.
And this will bring on Decker for the point after. Slidell, one of 3 schools in the parish with girls soccer stars as their starting kicker. Decker kicks this one away, and the extra point is no good. So Slidell leads 13-0. As we were saying, you have Megan Geddes at Lakeshore, Bell Airy at North Shore, and here Mia Decker, starting kicker for Slidell, and this one they're going to keep short. That'll go out of bounds. That'll be an illegal procedure. It'll be Covington ball with about 10 seconds remaining. We don't have the official time, but that's what I have on my phone.
It's in the neighborhood. I would imagine 1 play, maybe 2, unless, of course, they just take a knee and go in. Me, personally, I always like to make the attempt.
They're going to take the re-kick.
Ah.
Looking
Wow.
to maybe get some better field position.
Mia Decker, once again, kicking off.
So Decker to kick this one away. And this one kept low and falling right on top of it is Benoit.
Covering that kick.
So
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
Lions will get the ball at the 41-yard line for 1 or 2 plays, unless, like you said, they take the knee. The offense huddled up here near the sideline.
You know, when you've got a Laurent or a Chapman that can, you know, just make a seemingly innocuous play into something magical, I think you got to put the ball in their hands.
Coakley calling for it. Give goes to Chapman, looking to turn it up field. He'll gain about 5 on the carry, and that should run it down to the half. So at the half, Slidell leads 13-0.
Tonight, we play tribute to the musical queen. One of Queen's hymns was written in the style of the 1940 swing sound. We feature the dance's darling on Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
Kicking off the second half, Decker keeps it on the ground. This will be picked up by Chapman, taking it to the far sideline, and he'll be brought down by Cameron Ducree. So Coach Slidell leading 13-0. Covington's offense getting an opportunity here to try and put some points on the board.
And you know, as you mentioned earlier, Covington had some moments in the first half, but
shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, very much so. But hey, credit to Slidell's defense in the first half. They really played well. And I mentioned this earlier as well. You know, when you see Coach Scobell going for it on fourth down on his side of midfield, that tells you how much confidence he has in his defense.
So 1st and 10 for Coakley in the Covington offense. Coakley will call for it. Goes to Chapman. Upfield has a seam, and that will be, let's see where they spot it. He may get the first down.
And a good hole right there by the Covington High offensive line on the left side. So
that's going to be a 2nd and inches. Oh, no, wait. They're going to move the chains. So 1st and 10. Yeah, I knew it was really close to that first down.
It was. Good hard running right there by Chapman, rewarded for that effort at the end with that first down.
Coakley will call for it. Give goes to Chapman once again, and great push by the offensive line. Chapman will gain about 8 on the carry.
And a beautiful spin move right there. You know, it probably would have been stopped for 4 yards, give or take. He doubled that with that spin move and a little bit more effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Pelican Park
So 2nd and 2 for Covington as the play comes in from the sideline.
And if you're Coach Salter, you got to like the way that your offense is responding, being down, 13-0 at half. So a nice drive, at least starting out at this point for the Lions.
Coakley calls for it. Give goes to Chapman again, firing through. Great hole opening up there, and Chapman will take it to the end zone. Excellent job there by that front line, pushing pushing Slidell back, and Chapman was fired out of a cannon.
No doubt, a massive hole, and once he hit that the secondary, he was not going to be caught. He just got an extra gear. I mean, just space in front of him, and it disappeared with the quickness until he was able to find pay dirt.
So Covington on the board here in the third quarter. And Estrada will attempt the extra point.
Estrada attempting the point after.
Out of a Blackwell hold, snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. It hit that post, but falls in good. So 10:45 to go here in the third quarter, and Slidell leads 13-7.
Estrada kicking off for the Lions.
So Estrada will kick this one away following the Chapman score.
Is deep.
Boots this one deep. It'll be returned by the Tigers. It's
Takes him in at the 4.
Ducree going through. He'll cross the 30, and Slidell will start their drive at about the 32-yard line. And, Coach, you couldn't ask for a much better start to the second half than what the Lions had just there.
No, they were stymied, to put it mildly, between their mistakes and excellent defense by Slidell in the first half. So they decided to come out and make a point of sticking to the run, letting their playmakers make the plays. And I mentioned this in the first half when there was only 8 seconds to go. You never know when, Chapman's going to make that play, or Laurent, and there it was.
Guidry calls for it. Give goes to Hoffman. Gets away from the tacklers, and he'll gain a yard there on the carry, and that's just Tamaj Hoffman being Tamaj Hoffman because he was stopped about 4 yards in the backfield, and he was able to shake it off and gain 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
And it looked like a loss of 5. So, I mean, just amazing effort on his part. And look, it's not like the line defense or defenders in that case weren't given 110%. He's just that good. Tough back to bring down.
So 2nd down play coming in from the sideline as we hear this incredible playing from the Covington band down here. Guidry will keep it, and he'll get to about the 40-yard line, which will bring up 3rd and 1.
And a good decision by Guidry right there. He pulled it down because Covington's defense did a good job of shooting the gap and was in the backfield with some quickness. So he had to actually make a quick decision, pull the ball down, pick up some yards, and create that 3rd and short. So good work on his part.
3rd and 1, I would assume you give this one to Hoffman.
You would think. I would imagine Covington's defense is keying on it.
Guidry calls for it. Give goes to Hoffman. And he runs into a wall, and I think he's short.
He is short.
Yeah, that'll bring up 4th and 1. I mean, Hoffman received the handoff and ran into a brick wall from the Lions.
And, look, Coach Cobell was in his position in the first half, and again, he's got an immense amount of confidence in his defense. But on the flip side, Slidell has the lead right now, and if he can flip the field position, that might be the smart play, especially after the drive Covington just had.
Whoa, Davis to punt this one away. Chapman, we'll say Peter, get away from it. But Chapman looked a little late onto the field there. That one goes, it'll be down at the 19-yard line.
So did I tell you the story behind calling Peter on the punt returns and kicks?
Okay, you did, but you didn't say it on air. So let's hear the story.
Okay, so this is secondhand. I was at a game and ran into one of the coaches that met with a former Covington coach named Wayne Fitzmaurice. Well, this particular guy, I was, asking him, where did this come from? He said, it's really funny to say that Wayne Fitzmaurice, Coach Wayne Fitzmaurice, said that actually came from Vietnam, that the soldiers would yell that if they were throwing some sort of ordnance. So I was like, interesting.
As Coakley calls for it, the give goes to Chapman coming near sideline, and he'll be forced out.
Good Job right there by the Slidell defense, spreading that play out, giving Chapman no room to run. Looked like number 6, William Davis, was the key component of Slidell's defense right there on the spot.
That'll make it second and a long 10 for the Lions. Hear the Covington Lion Band playing When the Saints Go Marching In. Calling for it, Coakley gives to Chapman, and once again, excellent job by the Tiger defense to flow to that ball and stop Chapman in the backfield for a loss.
Number of white shirts in there, and of course, one of them had the number 9 on it.
Hey, you've been saying his name all night.
Between he and Bryce Blackwell, I'm going to be curious to see which one of those guys has the most tackles at the end of the evening. And look, it's not to say their teammates aren't stepping up, but boy, oh boy, have they been busy.
Carter, we're in the third quarter, about halfway through the third quarter, and Carter has to be in double digits.
And I would say Blackwell's right beside him. If not, he's very close.
Coakley passing on third down, slinging this one out, and the flag's going to come out for interference.
And I tell you what, Covington may have gotten bailed out on that one because the ball was a tad underthrown. But it may not be, if it's not interference, it may be holding or something of that nature. But
on the coverage was Harrison.
Nonetheless, I don't think the Lions are going to complain about the call.
So first down, and easy yardage for the Lions.
And I tell you, Coakley, for a sophomore, he's got a lively arm. By the time he's a senior, by the time he's a junior, he is just going to be something special as he gets older, matures, and man, he's going to be something.
Most sophomores are playing on the junior varsity, and
yes,
Coakley is starting at quarterback for the Covington Lions as they play varsity football against Slidell here at Southeastern.
Yeah, who would have thought? I can't imagine he would have thought that 2 years ago in junior high.
No kidding.
So
And I guess that's what, pitcher?
Yes. So, but boy, again, he's got a lot of upside. Man, he's got a lot of potential.
Second and 9. Coakley calling for it. Give to Laurent. And Laurent will be brought down after about a gain of 6.
And I tell you, Laurent's one of those guys, good hard running, and getting the ball in his hands in space like that's never a bad idea if you're Covington. And it sets up a third and short, quite manageable. These two teams, third and short, the only downside for third and short for these guys is you kind of know who's getting the ball.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the running backs typically.
Well, they're going Covington I here. Calling for it is Coakley. Straight ahead goes Laurent, busting through, hard running there. An excellent job getting pushed by that offensive line, and then Laurent hits it hard.
No doubt. And one of the offensive linemen for Covington that we failed to mention up to this point is Lawson Champagne. You may recognize the last name Champagne. His father was a pretty good offensive lineman back in the day. So he played at Vanderbilt and LSU. So
wow,
he's got the lineage as well.
And Slidell takes a timeout as Slidell leads 13-7, about 5:38 remaining here in the third quarter. Sticking with the Covington I, coming out of the timeout, give goes to Laurent, and that'll be a gain of 2 on the carry.
I tell you what, everything is jammed up right around the line. Slidell's crashing. They've got a lot of guys in white shirts, hunting the ball, if you will. And it's one of those where that works great unless there's a seam. Then there's no one on the backside of that play. But it's a risk. It's risk reward. So you take the risk knowing that it could happen. The reward is, of course, man, Slidell's done a great job of putting hats on the ball.
2nd and 8. And Covington is going to take a timeout. 4:57 to go here in the third quarter. Slidell leading 13-7. Coming out of the Covington timeout, second down. Coakley gives to Laurent. That's Chapman racing down near sideline and pushed out of bounds by Cameron Ducree, but a first down for the Lions.
And a good block right there on the edge. And we've already talked about Chapman. He's got the ability to get to that edge on his own accord with all of his athleticism. So good play design right there. And just like I said, put your playmakers in a position to make plays. And Chapman is a playmaker.
They're sticking with it. The Covington Eye. Chapman, wow, immediate penetration there and driven down. That was a dual effort.
It looked like Jace Galliano, big number 69, a 6'2", 220 senior.
And then William Davis jumping on to wrestle him down.
I tell you what, 6'2", 229. Chapman probably was like, man, who put that ball right there?
And how was he allowed through that quickly?
Yes.
So second down and 14 for the Lions. Coakley will call for it. Give Chapman straight ahead. And that will be a big gain of about 10 yards.
Good blocking on the interior of that line.
Boy, I tell you what, that's just a wealth of talent. And on the young side at that.
So 3rd and 2. Slidell sends subs in.
3:05 on the clock. Remainder of the third quarter.
Give going to Laurent now. That'll be the first down.
Laurent picks up the first down for the Lions.
And you know what? Hey, as we said earlier with Slidell, with Hoffman, Covington sticking with the Covington Eye here. It's working.
It's working. Make the other team stop you. That's the deal. If what you have is working, you go with it. And Laurent once again just showing how tough he is between the tackles. Man, he just drives and just does not give up.
Here's Laurent. They're running into a wall. Gang tackling is Slidell.
I tell you what, man, Slidell has been a pleasure to watch with their, as you say, gang tackling, just swarming to the ball, putting hats on the ball.
That'll make it, and in on that tackle, Kendall Carter.
I know that's a shock, right?
So that'll make it 2nd and 9.
And again, it's not like Slidell hasn't had a number of guys who have just played very well tonight on the defensive side of the ball, but boy, has he been special.
Calling for it is Coakley. Give goes to Chapman. He'll be brought down after about a 3-yard gain.
So we're getting to decision land here for Covington High School. It looks like Coach Salter, if he can get the first here, they'll be quite happy with that. But if not, it could set up an interesting 4th down.
For sure. And for the moment, it appears they're sticking with the eye, but
3rd and 6.
It'll be interesting to see what happens on 4th if they don't get this here. Coakley. Give goes to Chapman.
It might not matter.
Yeah, we're not going to have to worry about. Well, no, from the spot it looks like it might be 4th and 1.
So it is.
So yeah, it is going to be decision time.
The first down.
But look, if you're running that Covington Eye,
yes, and
all you need is 1 yard.
Quite successful with it, and if you're Slidell, you pretty much know what you're looking at. The question is can you stop it? And I tell you what, Laurent's back in. We've talked about his hard running, so this is a big play right here, big moment.
Give goes to Laurent, makes a jump cut, and I believe a ball came out. The ball came out, and Slidell says they have it.
And they do.
Slidell recovers it. So
Number
it looked
7.
like Laurent had the yardage there, but lost control of the ball, and Ducree comes up with it.
On the spot. And I tell you what, that's a huge shift in momentum because Covington really put together a nice drive there. And Slidell's defense, bend, don't break, came up with a big play when they needed it.
So it'll be Slidell drive starting from the 7-yard line.
32 seconds in the third quarter.
So the question is how does Covington's defense respond? Because I tell you, we've seen Mr. Hoffman and company, and Guidry's done an excellent job of putting the ball on a rope out there, running down the sideline. And he's made good decisions as well when he's had to pull it. But, when you got, like we were talking earlier, Jaden Averhart, I mean,
First and goal at
he's
the 2.
he's a threat on the outside. He's just so much taller than his DB.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Calling for it is Guidry, and the give goes straight ahead to about the 10-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup.
And guess who on that tackle?
Blackwell.
Yes.
Jacoby Jefferson.
And we should be pretty close to the end of the third quarter here,
Pickup of 3.
if my unofficial time is near correct. Calling for it is Guidry. Looking to bounce it outside and brought down by Jacob Pennington.
And a good job by the Lions defense to string that play out.
And that will end the third quarter as Slidell leads 13-7.
That is the end of
All right, third down for the Tigers to start off the fourth quarter. Calling for it is Guidry slinging it out. Hoffman gets away from one, looking to cut it up, spins away from another, and he'll be brought down at about the 12-yard line, which will be well shy of the first down. It'll be 4th and 5. So the Tiger punting unit comes out.
While Bryce Blackwell didn't make that play, he strung that play out and allowed his defense to flow to the ball and put some hats on the ball. And Covington did their best impersonation of the Slidell defense right there, swarming to the ball and setting up this punt.
So Davis, punts this one away. Chapman lets it go, and that one's getting an exceptional roll.
That it did.
Slidell will down it at the 36-yard line. So a great punt from Jaden Davis.
Fourth quarter time, this is a tight game. This could go either way. Slidell came up with the big play of the game to this point. So the question is can Covington respond?
And look, all Covington needs to do is score and make the extra point, and they're in the lead.
Well, I tell you what, going into tonight, we were talking about how great the running backs were, and man, have they been impressive.
Yeah, they've been as advertised.
But the defense, both sides of the ball, have really done a good job.
Coakley calls for it on first down, gives to Chapman, and he'll gain 2. 2nd and 8.
Slidell doing a good job again, flowing to the ball, making a tackle. William Davis, number 6 right there on that tackle. Another junior. I mean,
look, the future's bright for this team.
You, that Slidell team, Coach Cobell's got to be saying, man, this year's the dress rehearsal. Next year, whew.
Calling for it is Coakley again. Following a lead block is Laurent, and he'll be slung down about a yard shy of the first down. And that'll set up 3rd and 1 for the Lions.
Good hard running by Laurent. Coach is showing a lot of confidence in him. I can promise you there's nobody on the field wearing a blue shirt that wants to make up for the turnover more than he. But, man, he's a tough runner, tough runner.
Subs coming in for Covington. It's Pennington checking in on offense.
And how scary is it when you look back there and see Laurent and Chapman?
No kidding. 2-back set, the dynamic duo there. Calling for it. Give goes to Chapman. He barrels through, and that's a first down for the Lions.
And his compadre right there making a good block, sealing that inside edge and giving enough space for him to do his thing.
And Miller in on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Lions at their 48.
Sticking with the 2-back set. calling for it, fakes the give, launches this one up, and overthrown, intended out there for Ian Goodley. Another one playing both sides of the ball.
And I tell you what, Ian Goodley, his grandfather was the legendary Rock Connolly, who was an assistant with both Coach Salter and Allie Smith for years and years and years. So
Lion pride runs deep.
No doubt. I went to school with his uncle.
Coakley calls for it. Give. Here goes to Chapman. Chapman racing down here near sideline. Still in. And he'll be pushed out of bounds as he tiptoes down. He'll be pushed out at about the 7-yard line.
And he's ready. He's like, keep feeding me the ball. I'm ready to roll. We're going to see what we have to do. And, you know, Covington is like, hey, let's do this. And I tell you what, he's special. Now, if you're Slidell, you're like, hey, we got to stand up to this and got our backs against the wall. We made a big play last time. It's time for another.
Covington eye back on, and we're going to have a flag. The official kind of looking things over. Oh, they're going to call encroachment. So called on Slidell. That'll just get Covington closer. So now it's 1st and goal from the 4 for the Lions.
And when you got the backs that Covington has, you don't need to give them any advantages in this situation.
So it'll be Laurent at the back of the Covington eye. Oh, Laurent was looking to bounce it outside. Instead, the turf monster gets him, and he takes a spill.
And it was good vision right there. The idea was excellent, but as you said, lost his footing. And, you know, Slidell's defense is like, hey, we'll take that. Especially after giving up the encroachment penalty just prior.
So 2nd and 5, a loss of 1 on the play. Now the give goes to Chapman. Wow, and he is met and dropped. Great defense there by the Tigers.
Yes, it was. Big number 91. That's not the guy you
Jeremiah Charles.
Yes, he only a sophomore, but man, 6'2", 385.
385.
You definitely don't want to run into him.
No, you don't.
We just saw the end result of that.
Chapman bottled up again, and guess who? Oh, and he falls right on top of him, too.
Joined by Xavier Radcliffe, another sophomore, 6'4", 350. So that was 700 pounds of humanity saying hello.
My goodness. And, hey, look, Jeremiah Charles, excellent job of sportsmanship there, helping Chapman up after the play.
No doubt.
Love to see that.
Absolutely.
But it'll be 4th down, and Estrada on to attempt the field goal. 20. Oh, that one is blocked and no good.
Slidell's defense again makes a stand.
Once again, unreal. So now it'll be Slidell ball at the 20-yard line after another great stand. And they're leading 13-7.
Yes.
So it's, Covington knocks on the door, and all they need is that score and then an extra point. But Slidell holds strong.
Bend but don't break, and again, another good drive by the Lions. They could not find pay dirt, couldn't make it come to fruition, and you got to tip your hat to Slidell. I mean, they created the turnover. They gave a penalty that gave a very short field to the Lions. 1st and 4 with those backs, and you keep Covington out of the end zone and off the scoreboard. That's impressive.
Guidry calling for it. Give goes to Hoffman. Hoffman looking to bounce it outside, and Hoffman off to the races, racing down that far sideline. 20, 10-5 to Maj Hoffman to the house.
Wow, what an incredible display of sportsmanship. However,
there's a flag.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh, my goodness.
So if this is holding, it may be coming back, and boy, that would be a shame for the Tigers because that was an amazing run by Hoffman. And it is holding.
Yeah, holding. Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. So the exceptional run negated.
Well, one thing for sure, Hoffman's athleticism was once again on display. He is a special back, and it's brought back. So that's a big, big penalty.
So 1st and 14 for the Tigers after the big run was negated. Give here coming near side and a little bit of slippage there. Brought down on the carry is Jacoby Jefferson. And part of me wonders, Coach, they're playing on this new turf surface here at Southeastern. I'm wondering if the spikes in the cleats aren't long enough to deal with the turf here.
Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, it's brand new turf, as you mentioned. So, but
we've seen a lot of slippage tonight.
Yes, we have. We have. But a lot of these schools will be playing on similar turf, so
yeah,
this might be trial and error at this point.
Got to figure out what kind of spikes they need moving forward. Guidry will keep it himself, has room to run left side, and he'll be brought down after about a 5-yard gain, but it'll make it 3rd and 6.
Good coverage again by the Covington secondary. And we've seen some coverage sacks from both teams. Slidell's been able to keep Covington's passing game in check, as has the reverse. I mean, right there, it's got to be at least the 3rd or 4th time where Guidry's had to pull the ball down because there was nobody available downfield.
So on 3rd down, motion out. Guidry looking to pass, launches it complete. That's a 1st down and dragging the Covington defender there. Hard running there by number 34, Blaine Supreme.
And a good job by Guidry. I don't think that he was the first choice in his tree route, but was able to survey, make the right decision. Good job by play design as well. So, and a big play. That was a big 3rd down for Slidell.
Trips to the left for Slidell. Guidry will call for it. Fakes the give. Keeps it himself. Coming near sideline. And he'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
Guidry showing his athleticism on the play right there. And, I mean, the playbook is about as wide open as it's going to get on 2nd and 1.
So play coming from the sideline. About under 5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Calling for it. Give goes to Jefferson. Jefferson will get the 1st down. And Slidell gets to the Covington side of the field.
Good
49-yard line.
Good job by Slidell's O-line right there, creating some holes. So big star, Stacy Jarvis, another senior, 5'11", 275, making that hole and at an important spot too, the center position. He was able to get a drive out of that spot.
Calling for it. Now Hoffman back in, and Guidry will follow the lead block of Hoffman. Still on his feet, and about a 5-yard gain for Guidry there.
Tell you what, Guidry's a tough runner. I mean, I know he's the quarterback, so you don't necessarily think that that's going to be the case, but he's had to pull the ball down quite a few times tonight and had to run it. But in these cases, these are designed quarterback runs, and he's not afraid to get after it.
So unofficial time, about
Guidry on that
3.5
carry.
left to play in the game. Slidell looking to keep this drive going. Guidry will call for it. Give to Hoffman. Looking to reverse course. Oh, that's a face mask. And he'll be slung down. I don't think they called it.
I don't think so either.
It looked like, maybe I was wrong, but it looked like he had hold of the face mask there.
Hoffman, the ball carrier.
And, yeah, we're going to have a player down. We're going to step away for an injury timeout.
Covington and down for the Lions defense.
All right, 3rd and 5 coming out of the injury timeout. Guidry calls for it. Toss out left side to Jefferson, and he's forced out of bounds. It'll be about 4th and 3 for the Tigers.
So with Hoffman out, the talismanic back for
Word of the day.
Slidell. I mean, you know, you build around that guy, and he's out. He picked up a knock the play before. So, you know, this is not even a consideration. It's got to be a punt at this point to flip the field position.
Back to punt. Justin Chapman is deep for the Lions.
A high punt. Davis handles it and punts it away. Chapman will return it. He'll step away. This one approaching the goal line, and it crosses. So that'll be a touchback. A good effort there from Ducree to try and keep it from crossing into the end zone. But a little too much forward momentum carries him into the end zone.
That
so
it did.
It'll be Covington ball at the 20-yard line with about 2.5 minutes to play here in the 4th.
And I tell you what, that's a big play in and of itself, because if he's able to down that ball inside the 2 or even inside of the 1, man, the way this Slidell defense has played tonight, that is a tall order. So a little bit of breathing room for the Lions offense coming out here. And nonetheless, you know, it's still a lot of green in front of you to go against this Slidell defense.
Coakley with Polian to his left,
in the game.
calling for it, rolling out, looking to pass, and he'll be caught by Slidell, once again swarming to the ball.
And I mentioned this earlier with Covington playing some excellent defense in the secondary. There was nowhere for Coakley to go with that ball right there. Slidell's defense did an excellent job of taking everything away.
We're going to step away for an injury timeout. All right, following the injury timeout, Coakley with the 2-back set, calling for it. Fakes the give, looking to pass, lofts this one up, intended for Goodley, and falls incomplete.
Intended for Goodley.
So that will make it 3rd down for the Lions.
And it's a 3rd and long at that. It's not a 3rd and
209
short or something. It's 3rd and really manageable. This really gives the Slidell defense
Third down.
quite the advantage. So we'll see what this Covington offense can do.
Coakley calling for it. Has time, launches this one, intended for Goodley, and just put a little too much on that one.
No doubt. Goodley was looked like he was open on that crossing route. That's one Coakley would want back, I'm sure, because, again, he's a quality quarterback. But that's going to set up a 4th and 13. And with 2 timeouts left and just right at 2 minutes left in the game, the question is what does Covington do here?
Looks like they're keeping the offense out there.
4th down for the Lions.
Coakley calling for it on 4th down. Looking to pass, steps up, launches this one. It's complete. Out to Chapman, hauling it in, and that is a 1st down
Wow.
for the Lions. They convert
Coakley
And you know, we talked about Goodley earlier on the crossing route, Chapman on the crossing route there. Coakley takes a little bit off of it. Perfect pass by that young man. Puts it in his playmaker's hands, and Covington is still has some life at this point.
Coakley. There's a flag down now. Coakley launches this one, and it falls incomplete. And it looks like a flag in the area of holding.
I was wondering if a lineman got a little too far down the field as well. My guess is one of the two.
Yeah.
And it's
Holding penalty.
So holding. That'll back up the Lions to the 15-yard line. But, that makes it first and
132 on the clock.
27.
That's quite a lot.
Calling for it, fakes the give. The screen is blown up immediately, and Chapman is dropped at the 10-yard line.
Big number, Fernando Torres, the senior defensive lineman. He was there, and of course, you knew who else was with him. Number 9.
Kendall Carter.
You got it.
So this will make it 2nd and 32.
Wow.
For the Lions. A minute to go here in the game. Coakley calling for it. Launches this one right side, and it's, oh, wow. Nearly caught by Pennington, falls in and out of his hands, but that could have been picked off by Elijah Harrison.
It could have been. It could have been hauled in and brought in for a score. It could, there's a
lot of maybes there,
yes.
but the ultimate result is that it hit the ground.
It is.
And it's 3rd and 32 now for the Lions.
That I tell you what, I can't imagine many people converting 3rd and 32 in my time watching football.
That's talking with Tiger when he's called games. You don't really have this in the playbook.
No.
Coakley on 3rd down slings this one, and it falls incomplete. There appears to be some confusion down there as to who that was intended for. Was it Goodley or Laurent?
I can't say. All I can say is it's 4th and 32.
And this is basically the game here.
Oh, no doubt.
45 seconds on the clock. And, Covington's going to take a timeout. So 45 seconds remaining in the game. Slidell leading 13-7. Coach, 4th and 32 for Covington here.
Yeah, it's a miracle or victory formation for Slidell.
Coakley looking to pass as pressure comes, launches this one long into a pile, and it's picked off. Ducree going the other way for the Tigers, still rushing down, and he'll be forced out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, and it looks like a flag comes out. But it'll be Slidell ball inside the 15-yard line, leading 13-7, and we're most likely going to get to see the best formation in football.
And it's going to be a targeting call on that on top of things as well. So it's going to be the victory formation in the shadow of the goalpost. I'm confused as to what I just saw.
I guess it's not. So that backs up Slidell.
So, but it's still a change of possession.
Yeah.
So it just means victory formation will be
a little further back.
Yes.
Oh, and it's victory formation out of the gun.
Slidell has the ball at the Covington 30.
Idry calls for it, takes the knee. And
Took a knee at the 35.
Covington will not use their timeout, so the clock will run out. Coach, a great game.
No doubt, no doubt. We got to see a lot of talent on display with our running backs on both sides, and man, these are two salty defenses. No other way to say it. So, well-coached squads, and you know the future looks bright for both of them.
And excuse me, Slidell wins it 13-7. Let's send our thank yous to those who helped bring you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Frank Jabbia, director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Menard, cameraman, editor, coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Rave Williams, color analyst, Coach Jimmy Inman. So from Southeastern Louisiana University, where Slidell defeated Covington 13-7, my name is Grant Yenny. Good night.